we are back to econometrics. Now, coming back to the idea of a multiple linear regression model. Right? The idea is think of x1, x2. This whole plane I'll call x. So you have a three-dimensional figure. You have a plane here, x1, x2, and you have an axis y. Right? So you have, for example, you're thinking of a model where conditional expectation of y given x1 is equal to x2 is alpha plus beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2. Right? So y depends now not on x1 alone but on x1 as well as x2. Right? So we are thinking of representing the conditional expectation of y in terms of now x1 and x2. Right? So what are we really trying to do? We think of this as y. Think of this as y. You have some point here. Right? If you think of this as y, we are thinking of some point on the xy plane, some point on this x plane, right, which is the closest to y. Yeah? So this is say y1. We are thinking of some point x1, some point x2. Okay, if at the moment you are willing to neglect this alpha, then what are we really saying? Any point in this, now again think back to your mathing, any point in this x1, x2 plane can be represented as a linear combination of the x1 vector and the x2 vector. So we are looking for points here in this plane which are the representation beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2. Which are the representation beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2. Is this clear? Now, what are we trying to do is, we are trying to choose points which are closest to y. How will you do that? You will go to y, take a perpendicular, so suppose y is something like this. Okay, so suppose you have something like this, right? Suppose this is your y1. So you are looking at some point here, right, which is here. Some point here like this, which is the closest to y1. You think of some point beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2, right? So, which is some point closest to y1. How will you find such a point closest to y1? By dropping a perpendicular from y1 to the x plane. That will be the point on the x plane which is the closest to y1. And that point obviously will have some representation in terms of beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2, the two axes. Right? So what we are doing is we are thinking of this E, which is perpendicular to the x plane. Right? So we are looking at this E, which is perpendicular to the x plane. Now what is E? E is really the difference between y and the x plane. Right? So now, if you remember, we said that this model can be represented as, if y is equal to beta 1 x1, beta 1 x1I plus x2I yi, right, with the ith value. Okay, I goes from 1 to n. Right? So, we have, so this thing can be written as y1, y2, y3 up to yn, okay, which can be written as the x vector, x11, x12, x13, all the n observations on x1, right, x21, x22, all the n observations on x2, Right? Beta 1, beta 2 plus E1, E2, En. Yeah? Sure? Okay. So now, if you're writing this, what is the first equation here? X1 beta 1, so beta 1 x1 1 plus beta 2 x2 1 plus E1 is equal to Y1. You'll get the first equation here. Right? The second equation will be Y2 is equal to beta 1 x1 2 plus beta 2 x2 2 plus E2. Y3 will be beta 1 x1 3 plus beta 2 x2 3 plus E3 and so on. Y1n is beta 1 x1n plus beta 2 x2n plus En. So the whole system as being represented. So now if you think of this whole vector as Y, this whole matrix as X, the X space, this is the X space, right? Okay? Fine, these are all the, so this is basically the x-axis, all the possible values on x1, these are all the possible values on x2, that's the first column here, that's the second column here, x multiplied by beta, where this whole thing we'll call the beta matrix, okay, and this whole thing I'll call E, yeah, so Y is a n rows 1 column matrix, X is a n rows 2 columns matrix. Okay. Beta is what? 2 rows 1 column matrix plus E is n cross 1, right? Now you see that these are conformable. So this will be n cross 1. N cross 2 into 2 cross 1 is how much? N cross 1 plus n cross 1, right? So n cross 1 on one side, n cross 1 on the other side. That's how the matrices multiply out. Okay. Now what we want to do is, we want to ensure that X and E are perpendicular. That is what will give us the beta values. X and E are perpendicular. That is what will give us the beta values, right? How do you determine the beta values? By dropping a perpendicular from Y to X. Right? And finding beta 1, beta 2 like that. Sure? Okay. So now, to be able to do that, we know that two vectors are perpendicular if their dot product is 0. If their inner product is 0. Like for example, you must have learnt in micro P1 x1 plus P2 x2 plus P3 x3 etc. right? Plus P4, that's the total expenditure. So x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, xn is the n commodities you are consuming. P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 etc. are the n prices of those commodities, and summation pi xi, which is p dot x, is the dot product of the two vectors, right? Is the dot product of the two vectors, p1 x1 plus p2 x2. So what you really have is, what does the dot product do? It takes an n dimensional real space. So you have an n dimensional real space, there are consumption vectors, there are prices, and then it maps all that into R1. So the total expenditure is a function really. It maps the total consumption bundles and their prices into a real number R1, right? So which is the dot product. So here, to get the dot product, we have to multiply X transpose E. Why X transpose E? Because what is X? X is n cross 2, right? So X transpose will be 2 cross n. Because when you transpose a matrix, what do you do? Interchange the rows and the columns. So rows become columns, columns become rows. So if something was n cross 2, its transpose will be 2 cross n. Right? Okay? Into E, which is a n cross 1. Which will be what? 2 cross 1. X dot E, right? Why is it important for X dot E to be 2 cross 1? And of course you must set this equal to 0. Why is it important for 2 cross 1? Because the beta matrix is a 2 cross 1 matrix. We are trying to find the beta matrix which is 2 cross 1. So there has to be enough information in this matrix to be able to make it 2 cross 1. Right? Enough information in this matrix to be able to make it 2 cross 1. Okay. So think of x dot e is equal to 0. So if you have agreed x dot e is equal to 0, okay. But what is e? E is y minus x beta, right? So yeah, this has to be set equal to 0. Sure? Right? Okay. If you do this, what do you get? You get x dash y minus x dash x beta is equal to 0, or you get x dash y is x dash x beta. Sure? Or you get beta, we put it beta hat, because that depends on a particular sample. Please understand the difference between what you get from the sample and the beta that we are trying to look for. That's always, those two things are always different, right? Okay, which is equal to x dash x inverse, x dash y, because both sides you multiply by x dash x inverse, right? So this is how you solve a general multiple linear regression problem, where if you have more explanatory variables, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, so then this X matrix will become a 5 cross n. You know, you have n rows, 5 columns. If you have 5 explanatory variables, it will become n rows, 5 columns. How many betas will be there? 5. Beta 1 for x1, beta 2 for x2, beta 3 for x3, beta 4 for x4, beta 5 for x5. So it will be n cross 5 into 5 cross 1. And the errors will be n cross 1, y will be n cross 1, and the solution will be x dash x inverse, x dash y. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about, so let's detail this a little bit. Okay, so x dash x inverse, x dash y. Okay, I'm going to first put you through a simple sum to do this, to calculate beta hat, so that you know how the math works. Then we are going to do a little bit more of the detailing inside of this matrices to get a little bit more sense about what all this is about. Okay, right. So remember, beta hat is x dash x inverse, x dash y. So let me tell you that suppose I have y could be, say, the marks that you have scored in your end semester examination. I am going to assume that your end semester examination is out of 10 marks, so that I can get simple numbers here. Right? Okay, so suppose you score marks like 6, 3, 'So suppose these are your end semester marks. Right? Sorry for making them look this much. So let's change something a little bit. Right? Okay, so this is your y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Suppose they depend upon the number of lectures that you have attended. Okay? Alright? So again, let me keep those numbers. So number of lectures, x1 is the number of lectures that you have attended. Okay, so out of 48 lectures, so suppose you have 20, 30, right? 15, 45, 40. So these are x1, right? Okay, so the number of lectures you attended out of the 48 lectures that you are supposed to have. Okay? x2, let x2 be the marks that you've got at your BA level. So measuring your general scholastic ability. Suppose those marks are these are your marks at your BA. Okay? The model that I am setting up is yes, I should actually do it like this. Yeah, why did I replace the capitals with the small letters? The capital is the random variable in general. The specific, the small letter is a specific value of that random variable. Right? Okay, so I have this model. Continuous mean of y given x1 and x2 depend upon that particular value of x1 and x2. So from which we have, and at the moment I am not putting in an alpha. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm not putting in alpha. We'll then learn how to actually put that alpha in, right? Okay, so I get yeah. So let me first find my y matrix. Okay, first let me do my y1, x1 and all that kind of thing. Right, so how do I write this? Can I write this off? So I have y3, y4, y5, y6, y7. Yeah, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, y6, y7 is equal to yeah, E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7. This is okay because n is 7 now. Okay. Now what is beta hat equal to? Beta hat is equal to x dash x inverse x dash y. Okay. So let's first find out what is x dash y. Let's find out what those individual elements are. So that those are the things that will be required. So what is x dash y? So x dash, what will be the dimension of x dash? What is x? 2 cross 7. So x dash will be 7 cross 2, right? Okay. Sorry, x is 7 cross 2. So x dash will be 2 cross 7. X dash will be 2 cross 7. So x dash will be, so you have to transpose this matrix. The first column will become the first row and so on, right? So it will be x11, x21, x12, x23, x13, x23, x14, x24. Yeah, this is x dash, right? You have to multiply this with y, which is first tell me whether the confirmed number matrices. X dash is what? 2 cross n. What is y? 2 cross 7 is x dash. Y is 7 cross 1. So what will be x dash y? 2 cross 7 into 7 cross 1 is what? 2 cross 1. Right? That is, you must first think of the first row and the first column. That will be the first element of that. Right? And the second element will be the second row of x into the first column of y. Okay, the first multiplication will be this into this. The second will be this into this. So what are these multiplications? If you do the first multiplication, what would that be? Yeah, x11 into y1 plus x12 into y2 plus x13 into y3 plus x14 into y4 plus x15 into y5 and so on. Which will be the first will be summation x1I yi. The first will be x1I yi. Do you get this? The first will be x1I yi, right? Okay. What is the second? This into this. So x21 into y1 plus x22 into y2 plus x23 into y3 so on, which is summation x2I yi, right? So x dash y is what? X dash y is, so from that we have this important identity that x dash y will be this. Summation x1I yi, x2I yi. Now you see something interesting. Suppose instead of writing this, I had subtracted the mean of x bar, x1 bar from all these. I had subtracted the mean of x2 bar from all these. And I had subtracted the mean of y from all these. So these were all subtracted from the mean, right? How would these numbers have changed then? It would be summation x1I minus x1 bar into yi minus y bar. Is that familiar? Yes, that's the numerator of the covariance between x and y. Right? This would be the denominator, the other will be the numerator of the covariance between x2 and y. Right? So in a sense, this is nothing but the covariance between x and y into n. So this is nothing but the covariance between x and y multiplied n times. Because otherwise it would have been covariance. Covariance is summation x1I minus x bar y1I minus y bar upon n. Right? So if I multiply the whole thing by n, I would get these sums. If I had subtracted the means. Okay? And whether I subtract the mean, what happens? Only the scales change, Nothing else. If a constant is taken out, then the covariance between two variables will change if I remove the constant out, in a sense. Right? Okay? So therefore this can be broadly represented as covariances into n. Okay? Right. Now what would x dash x be? So let us now work on x dash x. Okay? That's a very important quantity. Can I write this off? So x dash x is very interesting. This is x dash into x. Yeah, x dash x. What would x dash x now be? The first, like the first row into the first column. That would be x dash x. First row, first column. What would the dimension of x dash x? 2 into 7 into 7 into 2. So it would be a 2 into 2 matrix. Right? 2 cross 7 into 7 cross 2. Which will be a 2 cross 2 matrix. So let's find out what those 2 cross 2 matrix elements are. Okay? Right. So now, let me multiply. So into this, what do you have? x11 square plus x12 square plus x13 square plus x14 square plus x15 square and so on. So you get summation x1i square, right? What is the first row into the second column? x1i into x2i plus x12 into x22 plus x13 into x23 plus x14 into x24, so on, which is summation x1i x2i, right? What is the third row first column? This into this, which will be x21 into x11 plus x22 into x12, just the same, just this number, no?
Yes.
So that would be summation x1i x2i, right? And what will be the last row, last column, second row, second column? This into this. So it will be x21 square into x21 square plus x22 square plus x23 square. So this is summation, right? So first, the x dash x matrix is a square matrix. It has got the same, it has got 2 rows, 2 columns. If it's a larger matrix, it will have generally n rows, n columns if there are n explanatory variables. Right? x1 and x2 are called the explanatory variables here because they explain y. So if there are k explanatory variables, x dash x will be a k cross k matrix. Second important thing about x dash x is it's a symmetric matrix. Do you know when a matrix is called symmetric? When the elements of the diagonal are the same. So first row, third column is the same as the third row, first column. First row, second column is the same as the second row, first column. Right? For example, if you have a 3 cross